Sing it with me now. They had the lead, and then they didn't have the lead, and they had the lead, and they didn't have the lead, and they had the lead, and they didn't have the lead. It's another road loss for the Calgary Flames. My singing skills leave something to be desired, as does the result of this game. I'm Jake. I can't skate. And this is a Flames hockey game day recap. It's a road game, so you're not shocked to hear me say, good guys lose to the Vegas Golden Knights. What's funny about this game is the Flames simultaneously looked like they were gonna get caved, looked like they were gonna win, looked like it was gonna be a tight game, and then actually got caved in the end. So this game had a little bit of everything for everybody, including a beautiful video tribute for Zach Whitecloud. Clearly the Knights and their fans love this guy. Man, does the road just break this team's brain. 12 seconds in, we take a penalty. And that really set the tone for chunks of the night. We kill that penalty, but for the first part of the first, the Flames are just getting their show run by the Knights. Like, the shots are piling up. I think it ended up being something like 14-4 at the highest point in the period before we got a couple of power plays ourselves and dug out of that a little bit. But even before the power plays, somehow the Flames take the lead in this game. It's Morgan Frost saying, I'm gonna do this myself since not many other people are right now. Gets a steal in the neutral zone, sets up a 2-on-1. The Vegas D completely commits to the pass, and I know the conventional wisdom is leave the shooter to your goalie. I'm not sure the conventional wisdom is let the puck carrier drink a cup of coffee, start reading a book, pick his spot, make a move, and shoot and score on your goalie. But that's what happened. He had all day to pick his spot on Carter Hart, and he didn't miss it. And that's 19! That's 19 goals for Morgan Frost. He has been a revelation in the second part of the season for the Flames. We had another guy get to 19 goals. For a while there was talk of, is anybody gonna get there? And now it looks like we might have multiple 20 goal scorers. And it's 1-0 Flames. Despite getting caved for the first part of the first period, they get better. Arguably, the first period was better than either of the other two. The second period has an argument, but we did give up a lot of... And then the third period sucked, but the Flames lead 1-0 after 1. And Dustin Wolf was sensational. Didn't take long in the second for the Mitch Marner, Blake Coleman show to start. And it starts pretty innocently. 1:47 in, the Knights are just breaking out of their zone. And enter the Flame zone, and it's sort of an innocent-looking shot from Shea Theodore, but it's through Mitch Marner screening. He did a good job as the Knights' first-line center tonight. That's an understatement. He screens Dustin Wolf perfectly, deflects in the goal, and it's a tie game. But, as I said in my song, the Flames had a lead a lot in this game. And a few minutes later, it's Blake Coleman. Dustin Wolf pokes a breakaway away from Pavel Dorofeyev and sets the Flames up in transition. And it's Michael Backlund, his longtime line mate, over to Blake Coleman. The pass is a little off, but Coleman catches, changes the angle, shoots, and scores on Carter Hart. And the Flames have the lead Then they didn't have the lead. It's 2-1. Mitch answers back. This time it's on a cycle shift where the Flames, after losing a couple of battles, their defensive coverage dies, as it tends to do on the road. We lose Mitch in the high slot, and he rips it by Wolfie, and we're tied again. But it's time for another salvo from Blake Coleman. This time it's just off a face-off. The Knights get caught in transition again, and it's Blake Coleman again. This time he doesn't need a pass. He just keeps it himself and rips it like he's a 50 goal scorer. He looks like Nathan McKinnon out there. And it's a beautiful shot. Carter Hart has no chance, and the Flames have the lead again. It's 3-2. I gotta say, in the parts of the game where the Flames were actually in the game and looking like they were gonna win the game, the Knights' transition defense is just awful. Like, the Flames got lots of transition opportunities. I've been making jokes about the mission that Rasmus is on to sabotage that Knights team, but he wants this one back. He had a pretty good night. He had an assist. He looked pretty good. This is not it. And then, when it looks like the Flames have wrestled control back, the last Achilles heel of a bad team comes to roost. Adam Klapka, just an absolute bonehead penalty late in the second. Absolutely no need for it, and it comes back to bite the Flames. The penalty kill was really good. It went 5 for 6 yesterday night, but you'll notice I said 5 for 6, and that is way too many. And this one came at the worst possible time. It's Pavel Dorofeyev blasting one on a feed from Mitch. Wolfie's looking like he's got no chance because he doesn't. It's a textbook power play goal by the Knights, and we go into the third, tied at 3. Not bad, right? Not bad. We just gotta wait 18 minutes and get back out there and oh, the ref's coming in the dressing room, and Zamboni tore up one of the advertisements that was just put on the ice last week, and it's not safe in the corner of the Flame zone. There's a hole in the ice. That's not supposed to be there. We might have to wait a little bit. Let's get out the cans of spray from soccer and start treating that. And we wait. And we wait. And we wait. And we wait. And it's been a few more minutes than usual. And there's even some talk of, are we gonna finish this today? They better finish this today. The Flames have a long road trip coming, and the Knights gotta travel. We better finish this thing off. We're still gonna do this, but we gotta work on it. And the little soccer spray cans aren't working. Why don't we bring out the big giant fire extinguisher and just blast away with that? And that's what they do. And it's, we're getting up on a half-hour delay now. That's pretty long. This game's gonna finish pretty late, and it's been a while since the game was played. We continue playing, and the Flames have no energy at all. None. Even in the parts of the game where they were getting caved earlier, they were at least doing some good things, generating some transition chances, getting some good zone time in. making defensive plays. In the third period, they look like it's a practice. To be fair to them, the Knights don't look tons better, but the Flames are the second best team on the ice, and I could probably give them third behind the refs. The Flames are just awful in the third, and the game falls apart. But not right away. With 10 minutes to go, they're still tied at 3. And if you're still tied with 10 minutes to go, Ryan Huskis said it pretty well after the game. You should at least get a point. You're aiming to win that game. You should at least get a point. And the Flames very, very don't get a point in this game. Stop me if you've heard this one before, but it's poor gap control in transition defense, and Brett Houghton lays down in the soft part of the coverage and rips it by Dustin Wolf. And for the first time in the game, the Flames don't have the lead. The Knights lead 4-3, and it just gets worse. It just falls apart for the boys. The Knights dump it in off a face-off at center, and Dustin Wolf's pretty adept at handling the puck normally. This is the Flames on the road, so the puck hates him, and it rolls away from him out of the trapezoid. He does his best to get it away from anybody, but it goes to, guess who? Mitch Marner. And Mitch Marner throws it back on the Wolf. He makes the initial save, but it goes straight to Ivan Barbashev, who scores. And the Flames are down 5-3, and Mitch Marner has 4 points. I mentioned Mitch Marner because the Hats are coming. Marner gets the puck on his own entry, cuts wide, beats everybody with speed, including Dustin Wolf, around the net, wrap around and scores. Zane Perek with a valiant try to prevent it, but can't quite get there. And it's 6-3. Flames lose. It was competitive. It was pretty good for 2 periods. I mean, there were chunks I still didn't like I said. But you didn't trail through 40 minutes. You had the lead 3 different times. If you don't take that dumb boarding penalty when it's 3-2, maybe the game's different. If you manage to increase your lead any of the 3 times you had it, maybe you get it. Unfortunately, we go into the third period tied at 3, and delay or not, the third period was awful. Pay now for fun later, Jacob. Pay now for fun later. It's another road loss. We're 10-24-3. It's getting historically bad out there. And next up on Saturday, we play the division-leading Anaheim Ducks. If you are looking for an ethical tanking loss, I suppose this is the one. They played well enough to win for large stretches of the game, and then they just don't. Let me know what you thought of this game. Let me know what you thought of Mitch Marner and Blake Coleman's performances. Let me know if there's any kids you liked. It was great to see Yan Kuznetsov and Connor Zary back. Do all the YouTube things. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, go Flames.